Hello everyone, welcome to the presentation of evidence issues under digital forensics, right? So we have been discussing digital forensics in the past 3 lectures. And today we need to finish by explaining the evidence issues. Digital forensics plays a crucial role in modern investigations, as over 95% of criminal cases now involve some form of electronic evidence, from smartphones to cloud data. So, however, digital evidence presents unique challenges that differ from traditional physical evidence. So, ensuring that data evidence is handled properly is essential for it to be admissible and credible in court. So, this presentation will explore the key issues surrounding evidence in digital forensics, including the rules that govern evidence, the life cycle of evidence handling, and the critical importance of maintaining the chain of custody. So understanding these issues is vital for investigators, the lawyers, and the judge to ensure justice is served fairly and accurately, right? So we need to start by looking at the rules for evidence. So for evidence to be accepted in court, it must meet several fundamental criteria. So first, admissibility means the evidence must be legally obtained and directly relevant to the case. For example, if investigators seize data without proper legal authorization, that evidence may be excluded. Then, second, reliability. So this requires that the evidence has not been altered or tampered with since its acquisition. So digital evidence is particularly vulnerable here, as even minor changes can compromise its integrity. Third, there is authenticity, means the evidence must be original, right? Must be a real thing, not a replica, right? Must be original or a verified exact copy, not a replica or forgery. For instance, forensic images tools like FTK image create bit-for-bit copies to preserve authenticity. Fourth, there is completeness. So this one demands that all relevant evidence be included, even if it might help the defense, which is exculpatory evidence, right? Then omitting such evidence can lead to wrongful convictions. Finally, believability, right? So this one requires that the evidence be presented in a clear and understandable way so that the judges, the juries, and the lawyers can interpret it properly. This often involves expert testimony to explain complex digital data in layman's terms. Then we move on to the evidence life cycle. So the handling of digital evidence follows a structured life cycle to maintain its integrity and admissibility. So it begins with collection and identification, where investigators carefully recognize and gather potential evidence without altering it. For example, placing a seized smartphone in a bag prevents in something like a bag prevents remote wiping, right? So next is preservation, storage, and transportation, which involves protecting the evidence from damage or tampering, often through encryption and secure storage facilities. Then comes analysis, where forensic experts use specialized tools like NCAS or autopsy to examine the data, recover deleted files, and build timelines. Then following analysis, evidence must be presented clearly in court, often accompanied by detailed reports and expert testimony. Finally, after the case concludes, evidence is either returned to its owner or retained by the court according to legal requirements. So each phase requires meticulous documentation and adherence to protocols to ensure evidence remains trustworthy. Then there is an important thing to look at, which is the chain of custody. So the chain of custody is the documented and unbroken trail showing who has handled the evidence from the moment of capture to its presentation in court. So this is especially critical for digital evidence, which is highly prone to contamination or loss. So unlike physical evidence, digital data can be easily altered or deleted. So investigators must never take original devices home or work on them outside secure environments. Sometimes it can be challenging to pinpoint the exact location of evidence, especially when stored in cloud environments or distributed systems. So to address this, courts accept hash codes, unique digital fingerprints that verify data integrity. So maintaining a strict chain of custody prevents challenges to the evidence credibility and admissibility, right? So some hash algorithms like MD5 are becoming less reliable due to collision vulnerabilities. So a robust chain of custody answers critical questions about the evidence. Who collected it? How and where was it collected? Who has had possession? How was it stored and protected? Who accessed it and why? Each person or agents that handle the evidence assumes a full responsibility during their custody period. For example, when a hard drive is seized, the officer must document the time, the location, and the condition. When it is transferred to a forensic analyst, the transfer must be logged and the signatures and timestamps. Then this detailed record prevents allegations of tampering or loss and supports the evidence integrity in court. Without a clear chain of custody, even the most compelling evidence can be dismissed. So in conclusion, evidence issue in digital forensics revolve around maintaining the integrity, the authenticity, and the reliability of digital data throughout its life cycle. So adhering to established rules of evidence ensure that digital data is legally admissible and credible. So the evidence life cycle from collection to presentation requires careful handling and documentation to avoid contamination or loss. So above all, the chain of custody is the backbone of trustworthiness in digital evidence, providing a transparent and accountable record of every interaction with the evidence. So as technology evolves, forensic practitioners must stay vigilant and update their methods to protect digital evidence, ensuring justice is served fairly and accurately. So this marks the end of our presentation on evidence issues under digital forensics. Thank you for listening to the presentation.